Morning, my dear children. Welcome back to geography class. So, in the last class, we have discussed the important dangers, especially we saw the hazardous incidents happened in industrial area. Industries one happened in India, that is in 1984 in Union Carbide company of Bhopal. It is Bhopal gas tragedy. And a previous class and before that we have learned the industrial regions, isn't it? Yes. So after that you had your exams. I hope you all have done it very nicely. So today we are moving on to the distribution of major industries in the world. So the world's major industries are here, that is textile industry, then iron and steel industry and information technology industry. These are the major industries of the world. And the iron and steel industry and textile industry are the older industry, and the information technology industry is an emerging industry. What do you mean by an emerging industry? So they are also known as sunrise industries. Okay, sunrise industries. That means uh, in the olden days, this information about this type of emerging industries was not aware to the people. So we can say it is a new generation industry, isn't it? We could not imagine a day without information technology or mobile phones or computer or network, isn't it? Yes, for the smooth functioning of our classes, online classes also, we need the support of information technology. So this iron and steel industry is older industry. It come under the category of older industries. And information technology industry, it is coming under emerging industry. It is also known as sunrise industries. Okay. Among the distribution of major industries or the major industries in the world, we are first dealing with iron and steel industry. So, first and foremost among them is the world distribution of iron and steel industry. Have a look. Countries like USA, UK, Germany, France, Italy, Netherlands, Ukraine, Russia, India are the major regions where this iron and steel industries are established. We can see. So, the leading producer of this particular industry, production of iron and steel, is USA, especially the place Pittsburgh. And what about in India? The leading producer of iron and steel industry or iron and steel in India, it is the state Jharkhand. We know that Jharkhand is known as mineral state of India. So there the first iron and steel plant in India was also established in Jharkhand in Jamshedpur. That is TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel Company organization. Okay, so this is the leading producer of iron and steel in India. Then in the world, it is USA. That is Pittsburgh and Jamshedpur. Okay, so have a look at the industry at a glance. So, as we already seen in the classification of industries, iron and steel industry is a heavy industry. What do you mean by a heavy industry? Yes, you know that heavy industries are those where the raw materials as well as the finished goods are heavy in nature. Raw materials and finished goods are heavy. Okay, so this type of industries, this heavy industries use heavy raw materials as well as the products, the finished products of the industry are also heavy in nature. So this iron and steel industry is coming under the category of heavy industry. Then this particular industry, there are so many uh, raw materials used. As I already mentioned, these raw materials are heavy in nature. Okay, like other industries, iron and steel industry too comprises various inputs, processes and output. This is a feeder industry whose products are used as raw material for other industries. So it is a basic industry. Okay, so iron and steel industry is a basic industry because the products of this industry makes the raw material for other industries. We know that the product of this iron and steel industry, it is iron and steel. You know that the machineries, tools, all the industries using are the products of this iron and steel industry. That is why iron and steel industries are known as basic industries. ഓക്കെ, നമുക്ക് തന്നെ അറിയാം നമ്മുടെ നിത്യജീവിതത്തിൽ അയൺ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്റ്റീലിൻ്റെ പ്രസൻസ് ഇല്ലാത്ത ഒരു ദിവസം പോലും കാണില്ല. നമ്മൾ വീട്ടിൽ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന അടുക്കളയിലെ പാത്രങ്ങളായാലും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഹോം അപ്ലയൻസസ് ആയാലും ഈവൻ ഒരു മൊട്ടുസൂചി ആയാൽ പോലും അത് അയൺ ആൻഡ് സ്റ്റീൽ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയുടെ ഒരു പ്രോഡക്റ്റാണ് അല്ലേ. So the inputs for the industry include the raw materials. I will show you the important raw materials for this industry. Yes, the important raw materials for the steel industry include iron ore, manganese, coking coal or coke, and limestone. Okay, which are the important raw materials? Iron ore, coal, limestone. Then manganese is also used for this industry. Okay, these are the important raw materials used in this industry. Apart from this raw materials, this industry need a huge labor. Okay, then also capital investment, then the place, the site and other infrastructure. So there are two types of iron and steel industry: mini steel plants and integrated steel plants. From the name itself you can understand the meaning. Mini steel plant means, yes, it is, the factories there are very limited. But what about integrated steel plants? അവിടെയാണെങ്കിൽ അയൺ ഓറിൻ്റെ സെപ്പറേഷൻ, അയൺ ഓറിൽ നിന്ന് അയണിനെ സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഫാക്ടറീസ് ഉണ്ടാവും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഈ അയൺ ഓർ വെച്ചിട്ട് സ്റ്റീൽ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന ഫാക്ടറീസ് ഉണ്ടാവും. അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാം കൂടെ ചെന്നൊരു വലിയൊരു ഏരിയയിലായിരിക്കും ഇൻറ്റഗ്രേറ്റഡ് സ്റ്റീൽ പ്ലാന്റ് ലൊക്കേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. സോ ദർ ആർ ടു ടൈപ്സ് ഓഫ് അയൺ ആൻഡ് സ്റ്റീൽ പ്ലാന്റ്സ്: മിനി സ്റ്റീൽ പ്ലാന്റ്സ് ആൻഡ് integrated steel plants. You can here see the important raw materials, the important iron ores used in this industry. Especially magnetite and hematite are the two important varieties of raw iron or iron ore which is used in the iron and steel industry. Apart from these two, there are goethite, limonite, siderite and pyrite. These are the important iron ores from which raw iron is extracted. That extraction process or the separation or the refining process of iron from iron ore, it is known as smelting. Okay, smelting. എന്താണ് സ്മെൽറ്റിംഗ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അയൺ ഓറിൽ നിന്ന് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഏതൊരു മെറ്റലിൻ്റെയും ഓറിൽ നിന്ന് ആ മെറ്റലിനെ റിഫൈൻ ചെയ്ത് സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്തെടുക്കുന്ന പ്രോസസ്സിനെയാണ് എന്ത് പറയുന്നത്? സ്മെൽറ്റിംഗ്. Then how this process is taking place, how this iron ore and the raw materials are put or made into iron? Yes, have a look. It is through this particular furnace. It is known as blast furnace. The process of converting iron ore into steel involves many stages. First, the raw materials are put in the blast furnace where it undergoes smelting. I mentioned what is smelting, the process of extraction or separation of the metal from ores by heating beyond the melting point, and it is then refined. The output obtained is steel, which may be used by other industries as raw material. I mentioned that this iron and steel industry is a basic industry because it forms or it produces raw materials for other industries. So steel is tough and it can be easily shaped, cut or made into wires. Besides this, what is the speciality of steel than iron? നമുക്ക് തന്നെ അറിയാം എന്താണ്. സ്റ്റീല് റസ്റ്റ് ഫ്രീ ആണ്, പെട്ടെന്ന് തുരുമ്പിക്കില്ല. അയണിനേക്കാളും നമുക്ക് സ്റ്റീല് കുറേ കാലം ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ പറ്റും. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് റസ്റ്റ് ഫ്രീ ആൻഡ് ഓൾസോ ഡ്യൂറബിൾ. Okay, Special alloys of steel can be made by adding small amounts of other metals such as aluminum, nickel, and copper. So, alloys, what do you mean by alloy? It is a mixture of some metals, two or more metals. Alloys give steel unusual hardness, toughness, or ability to resist rust. So, that is the importance of iron and steel, or difference between iron and steel, advantages of steel. Okay, so it is rust free, durable, and it is hardness and toughness is very good, then ability to resist rust. Okay, so this is blast furnace. So for today, this is for you. I am winding up the winding up the topic here, today's class. Please go through the topic in the textbook, read it. If you find any difficulty, if you find any problem in understanding something, please inform me. Okay? Thank you. And we will continue this topic in the next class. Okay? Don't worry.